a lot of the time I hear people say, "How do you build self-confidence?" Some people are born with self-confidence. How do you build the confidence to public speak, to excel at whatever goals? How do you build your self-confidence and you don't feel confident in yourself? You're like, I hate how I look, hate how I speak. And how do you build your self-confidence so you can do the thing that you want or go after the goal you want? Okay? Because I know lack of confidence holds a lot of us back. Once you have the confidence, you can try and test and fail and then keep on going towards your goals. Okay. Today I'm going to share a module from my course, Mindset Magic Mindset. And there's many modules in the course, but today I'm going to give you one of them. And it shares actionable strategies that I've taken, my students have taken, to build self-confidence so you can thrive and move on and tackle your goals. Enjoy. Maybe it's Maybelline. Okay, so in this module, I'm going to share how you can build self-confidence, because self-confidence feels great and it helps make life a lot easier if you can have it, and it's something which you can build. It's not something you're born with. Some people are born with it and that's great and they have great family structure, but I find that self-confidence can be built because there were things that I was not confident about before that I'm very confident about now, and that is because you can build it as a skill. It's like a muscle. Okay, now number one, if you do not feel confident about something, if you create undeniable evidence, that will be what will convince your brain that it's true and you will build confidence. For example, if you feel that, oh, I'm not fit, I'm not somebody who's fit, that is not my identity, I don't feel confident, what you need to do is do the actions that a confident person would take. So even though you don't feel it, you do it. So for example, let's just say going to the gym, right? I do personally don't feel very confident going to the gym, but this is how I would go about it if that's something I wanted, right? So if I don't feel confident going to the gym, lifting weights, I don't know what weights to lift, I don't know how these big booty girls, they know what to do, right? And so the whole thought of being a gym bunny intimidates me. But if I wanted to become a gym bunny and have good fitness and have the gym bod or have the confidence in the gym, I think I would go to the gym and I would maybe Google beforehand I would maybe Google some exercises or YouTube some exercises, and I would go ahead and go to the gym at least 3 times a week and keep doing it until it's undeniable that I'm a gym bunny, right? And so similarly with your blog, you're like, I'm not a blogger. I'm not a good mom. You might think, I'm not a good mom, I'm not a good partner. Okay. Create undeniable evidence so there is no doubt that you are that identity. And so you say, I am not a blogger. Okay, what are the actions that a blogger would take? What does a blogger do? They write content, maybe they make money from their blogs, maybe they maybe they have social media. Write all these things down and then do them, regardless if you feel confident or not. Taking action and going through the motions that a confident person would and keep continuing to do that and build that muscle creates undeniable evidence in your head that you are that person. Okay? And so, like, I did this for myself actually when I played touch rugby in New Zealand. Like, I had no experience. I watched videos and I continued to watch videos on different tactics, and I just showed up and played. As terrible, I got shouted out every game, dropped the ball, embarrassed the team. I just continued to play regardless until it became undeniable that I was a touch rugby player. Undeniable that I was it. That was my identity because I showed up 3 times a week and played it, right? And so you need to lead with action, regardless if you feel like it or not. And that will build your confidence. And so if you're like, oh, I'm not somebody who's good with makeup, like for me, right? This is on one of my lists of things to do, of many things I want to do. I would like to be somebody who's good at makeup. I don't particularly think I'm good at makeup. Like, I don't have any contouring skills or anything. I just don't have the skill, okay? If I want to be somebody who is good with makeup and is confident with makeup, this is how I would do. I would take a course or go on YouTube
I would get one makeup skill and I would practice it and practice it and practice it. No matter how shit it looked, I would continue to practice it and try makeup looks until it becomes undeniable that I am good at makeup because I have the skill. So lead with action. And another big thing, the grammar's wrong here, is often we try and do, I find right, is we make big promises and then we don't meet them and we get disappointed with ourselves and we're like, oh, that's me, I'm a loser, I'm not somebody who sticks to X, Y, and Z. And you have to understand that if you make a promise and you stick to it, you begin to build trust in yourself and confidence. Because imagine a friend kept telling you, okay, I'm going to meet you after work for a walk. And you rock up, getting ready, you looking forward to it, and then after work they're like, oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, so I can't do that. Oh, actually, I'm not feeling well. You no longer trust that friend, so you don't believe what they say. However, if that friend, like for example me, I'm very careful what I promise, because if I promise, I have to deliver. I said this course would be ready. This course has to be ready. Come Halo Sunshine, I have to get it done, right? So if you make small promises so you don't disappoint yourself, it could literally be, today I'm going to walk 1 kilometer. Keep the promises small at the beginning. And if you stick to them, today I'm going to wake up 10 minutes earlier, just 10 minutes. I'm going to wake up 10 minutes earlier for the next week. Put my alarm. And if you stick to that, those small promises, you develop self-confidence because you start to trust yourself. I know if I put my mind to something, if I say I'm going to do something, and if I see it on my calendar, it's going to happen. When I promise, for example, like, I trust myself. I trust, and that confidence has been built by me making small promises to myself, honoring them, and continuing to honor my promises. Honor your promises to yourself. You have to do it. Don't let yourself down. And so start with something really, really small. Like, it could literally be a small habit, a small thing. I'm going to write 2 lines on my journal every morning for 2 weeks. Start with the first day and the second way. Start 1 week and continue. And then if you continue to keep your promises to yourself, like, I'm going to walk 1 kilometer a day, and that is your identity. You're like, wow, I'm somebody who move my body every day. Okay. Now, the thing is, this is the issue with setting unrealistic goals. And if you set unrealistic goals, this leads to you disappointing yourself, losing your confidence, procrastinating, and it's a really vicious cycle. And so you need to build trust with yourself, and you do that by making tiny, tiny promises and keeping them. It might seem silly, but like, that's why it's so dangerous. People don't talk about this, like setting too many goals or setting big goals. They're like, you need to be ambitious. It's great to have ambition, but we also want to make sure we have the confidence and the stamina to continue, right? Like, you're going to get there to the big goal, but you need to start small. And so set really tiny, tiny goals, and you can, every time you meet that goal, you can make another goal and another goal. Okay. And so, like, for me, I started by wanting to make $1 from my blog, then $10. Okay, great. Celebrate that. Honor that promise. Okay, now $15. $20. And so set really, really tiny goals. And you'll find that when you do that, your confidence builds. And here's a big thing I really want you to do. At least once a week, I want you to get a blank paper or a notebook and write a positive list of things you like and things you've achieved. Because we need reminders. Our mind naturally goes to a negative spiral. And so once a week, I will write down all the things that I'm really proud about, things that I like about myself, and things that I'm really grateful I have. Write this positive list. I promise you, getting to this routine, maybe that could be a little goal that you could put. If you could write a positive list once a week for the next 4 weeks, try and do that. I want you to do that. Let me know if you did. Actually, I want to hear. Once a week for the next 4 weeks, write a positive list once a week, and then email me if you did that. If you wrote a positive list once a week for the next 4 weeks, email me. I would love to hear it, and I'd love to chat to you about it, because it makes such a difference. Okay. In line with that, I always often, right, these skills of, a lot of the time we have things bottled in our head and things stressing us out, and we actually don't know why sometimes. Like, sometimes we're like, I'm feeling shit, but I don't know why. I'm feeling down, I don't know why. Let those emotions, transfer them, because sometimes we don't have people to talk to. Ideally, you want to talk to somebody, but if you can't, you're alone, transfer that onto a piece of paper. Why am I feeling down? Write it. Why am I feeling angry? Write it. like it will honestly transfer that emotion onto paper, and you'll see it in black and white. And then write a love note to yourself. I shared this on Instagram, right? But I say, "Dear Aisha, how are you today? You got up 10 minutes earlier. Well done." Like, talk to yourself like you're a toddler. It seems silly, but if you can't talk kindly to yourself, who will, right? You need to start with yourself and your self-love. And so at least once a week I'll write myself a letter, and I'm like, "Hey, well done this week. You tried this. That was tough. I know it was difficult. Don't worry, keep going," as though you are your best friend, and just write love notes to yourself. It sounds silly, but really, I recommend you do it, because hearing that gentle, kind voice to yourself makes all the difference. And I really, really want you to be careful about how you speak to yourself and how you think. Don't ever talk down to yourself or let anybody joke and talk down to you, because it will really affect you. I'm very careful about letting how friends talk negatively to me. I used to have a friend that used to make fun of me, and after a while I realized, like, I felt really insecure around her. And then I noticed it was because what she was saying was coming into my thoughts, and your thoughts become your actions, become who you are. Do not talk badly to yourself. Don't say, "Oh, you're so stupid. Oh, that was such a dumb question. That was a dumb idea." Be very careful. Catch your thoughts. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Do not let yourself talk to yourself. Pretend that you are your best friend. Today, I want you to stop saying these things. Pretend it's your sister or somebody that you love. Today it starts where you stop saying bad things to yourself. It's going to be tempting, but when you start saying that, like, sometimes if I'm like, "Man, I feel I'm not good enough. I have this feeling of I'm not succeeding fast enough. I'm not good enough." I'm like, "Hang on a minute." Right, I stop and I write down. I'm like, "Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Actually, I am good enough." And then I counter it. Get used to countering it, because if you start with a negative, it's going to become your thoughts, it's going to become your actions, it's become who you are. Do not allow yourself to talk negatively to yourself. You need to be your best friend, and you need to start with love. Okay? Now, something that's going to really build your confidence, and it certainly helped mine and helps my students, is knowledge. Okay, the government, your partner, people can take lots from you, but nobody can take your mind and your knowledge. It's with you forever. It's an asset. Like, I know I have a lot of confidence in my skills because I've invested in courses, and if I lost everything, I know I can stand on my own 2 feet because I have the knowledge. So read books, read memoirs, biographies, read things that will grow your mind and your skills. And it may feel like a waste of money, but it's not, because you are investing in your asset. You're going to keep growing. Okay? And also, like, when people ask you for opinion and you have that knowledge, like when people ask me, "Aisha, how do I grow my traffic? How do I grow my Google traffic?" And I know the answer and I can help them. It feels good. It builds me with confidence. So being wise and having knowledge will help build your confidence. And so another thing that's going to help build your confidence is surrounding yourself with positive people online and in person. And so, when you are around people that are like competing all the time, putting each other down, like for me, that's Twitter, right? I find that, like, I become very negative. My confidence and my self-love goes. You need to protect your energy and your space and your brain palace. And so on social media, I consume 10% of the time, and what I'm consuming is positive content, motivational quotes, business, entrepreneurship. I'm not consuming things that make me feel shit. Okay, like, I'm self-conscious about my tummy right now. Okay, my tummy is not how it used to be, and so I do not look at pictures of. I don't go out and seek pictures of beautiful, slim women. Like, if I see it, great, I'm happy for her, right? But I don't go and, like, fill my feed with it, because it's going to just make me feel shit, right? It's going to affect my self-esteem. So let them be happy. Their problem is not them, it's you. So you need to handle yourself. And so surround yourself with things that make you smile, that make you happy, that build your confidence, and social media and in person. And this was a big thing, right? Like, I used to struggle with, I want to be humble. I want to, I don't want to be arrogant. And I really don't want you to be arrogant. I don't want you like me. You can be confident without being arrogant. You can take a compliment and someone compliments you. "Hey, you're so smart." "Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that. I really spent a lot of time trying to learn this," right? Like, You can be confident and not arrogant. And it's not arrogant to be confident. To love who you are, defend yourself, and be proud of what you have and who you are is not arrogance. It's confidence. And that's okay. Be okay with, I have kids. I'm so proud of my kids. I'm proud of the fact that I have kids. I'm proud of the fact that I've gone through X, Y, and Z. That is confidence. Okay. And another thing that will really help with your confidence is trying new experiences out of your comfort zone. And so when you try new experiences, you start to develop new skills. And so, for example, right, let's say, okay, random, I'm going to try a co-working space in Dublin. And meeting new people, going to a new place, it seems kind of daunting to me. It takes me an hour and a bit to get there because I have a birth. I can't get on the car yet. My license is not here. And so I'm like, man, it's outside my comfort zone. It seems like a big city. I'm going to be overwhelmed. New people, everybody's going to have their own little groups, but I'm going to do it. And when I do it and it's done, I'm going to feel proud of myself because if you want to be an interesting person, do interesting things. Like people sit at home thinking, oh, I'm bored. Like I have never in the last 5 years, I can honestly say I have never been bored. Like that feeling of being bored, I don't have it because I'm always learning and trying and doing. Life is so short. There's not enough time to be bored. I'm telling you, there's not enough time to be bored. If you have free time and you're bored, wow, there's so many things you can Google, free things to do, free things to learn, right? And so try new experiences outside your comfort zone and you notice your confidence will build, okay? Interestingly, this is here, right? I noticed that if you dress like a slob and if you're slouched over, like, oh, I don't feel confident, you're not going to feel confident. Every morning, I get a shower and I put makeup on, and even though I work from home, I do not wear like pajamas to work. You'll notice in my videos, I'm always wearing clothes that you can wear outside at work. It's very important for my mindset. The way that I dress is presentable because this builds my confidence. If you're not bothering with your hygiene, you're not getting a shower, you're not looking after you, like if you don't wear presentable clothes, you're not gonna feel confident. How you dress makes a huge difference to how you're gonna feel. And like nobody sees me the whole day. Like even when I'm not building courses, I will wake up, I will get a shower, put presentable clothes on, and I'll do my makeup. I do it for me. I do it for my confidence, okay? Because I'm worth it. I am worth that effort. Like you have to understand, like we always do things for other people. You think, oh, well, I'm putting all this makeup on, it's such an effort. Are you telling me you're not worth the effort? You are worth the effort. Like I am worth the effort of getting a shower, dressing nicely, and putting makeup on because I'm worth it. I want to see myself look good. And so the way you dress in the morning, so if you work from home and you're like you get up, you get a shower, you just put on the same old clothes, that's why your confidence is lacking. Wear clothes that make you feel good, make you feel confident, put your makeup on, and you will notice a big difference in how you feel. Okay. Okay, this is a big thing here, right? We think, and this is the confidence, arrogance thing. When you're in a new environment, we don't want to be like the person that's talking about themselves, but be very careful about putting yourself down in front of other people because if you do it, you're giving permission for others to do it. And I did this. I made this mistake with that. You know that friend that put me down, right? This is a real awkward but true situation. I don't have a big chest. I'm part of the itty bitty titty crew. Okay, I don't have a big chest. My family, like that's in my genes. And so I would joke about it because I was insecure about it. I'm not anymore. I'd be like, yeah, minus A cup, you know. And I joked about it, and I noticed this new friend, she started joking about it, and she would start making fun of my chest, and then I'd feel really insecure. But the thing is, that was also on me because I gave her permission to talk to me like that. One, I talked about myself that way. Number two, I didn't stop her when she did. And so make sure that you do not give permission for people to talk negatively to you. And you start by not talking negatively about yourself. Like if you start and you're like, yeah, I'm really not good at this. I'm really not. If you start and you start a speech and say, I'm really bad at public speaking, like people are gonna already think, oh, okay, she's not good. But if you don't give them they don't know anything about you. So don't give them a chance to judge you before you've even given yourself a fair shot. Like if I start this, I'm like, guys, I'm really shit at courses. I'm really feeling insecure about it. You're going to be like, oh, maybe the course is not that good. I'm going to allow you the opportunity to take the course and you decide for yourself. Let people make their own decisions about you. Don't tell them who you are. Show them, and they will decide for themselves. Okay? So the standard of how you treat yourself and how you talk to yourself will determine how people treat you. Okay? If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, especially when it comes to yourself. And so finally, people think that confidence involves you being really loud, talkative, an extrovert, and that's not the case at all. Some of the most confident people I know, like my big sister, she's she's a bit of an introvert, but she's very confident. Like, she has a solid core. So it means that you don't have to be the loudest person in the room, the most talkative. You could have quiet confidence. If someone asks you a question, you answer. If you feel like you want to say something, you will. So it's okay to have quiet confidence. That's okay. You don't have to shout at the top of you don't have to be the noisiest person in the room and have the most opinions. Just because I'm talkative and I talk a lot doesn't mean that you have to be. So you can have confidence in your own way, and that's okay. You can have a solid core.